Hold on, let's bring that closer. And I'm here with Amna. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for inviting me.
Of course, of course. It's a. I'm happy that the days aligned where we can both come on here because we've been planning this for quite a while.
Couple of months, yes, back then.
And yeah, it's been a journey. Each time I feel like we've talked about making this podcast happen, it's been different topics and. Something I like to do with this podcast is to keep it relevant, so it's changed throughout the times because different things. Cable?
Sorry.
That's good.
Keep talking, use her mic for now.
Okay, mine's working. Okay.
Yeah.
Hi guys.
Check. All right, yeah, it's completely not on.
Zara, you can use
Should
mine.
we just start over? We could just start over. We got a little technical difficulties,
You can share.
but
We
okay.
can share the mic
Okay.
while I'm gonna have my tea.
All right. So we'll put it right here. So technical difficulties, but we're working with it.
It meant to be this way, this time.
Yeah,
Again.
we're meant to be close. Then here. So yeah, going forward with the conversation and the topics of today, we're talking about who do you trust, and that topic could be based on so many different things. You know, we're in this time and space in the world where there's so many things that are going on and so many different scams that have been out there and prevalent in. Okay, we're good. We got the mic back. All right. So many different things at this time that are going on and so many scams that are out there and different experiences. And I know I've been seeing so many different people experiencing getting hacked in different ways and like a lot of different things going on online. And it's like, it's really sad because it's like, people are super vulnerable at this time, and also we want to give our heart and our love and see the best in others. So when we see people we love and we trust kind of coming up and we're like, oh, you know, I kind of I trust this person. Maybe I should also like kind of follow suit and see what it's about, especially when they reach out to you. And that's, it seems like that's theme with a lot of people, you know. I know there's been a lot of instances where that's been happening. And I think that it's a really good way, even though it can be kind of it's almost like an elder I used to be around a lot. He always used to say, there was this month where I was getting a bunch of parking tickets. And it was like ridiculous. Like when I tell you I would have to like run into a place, come out, I would have a parking ticket. And he would say to me, he's like, it's like you're paying for your lessons from the universe. You know, it's like you're paying your tuition to your God or whoever you believe in. Because for whatever reason, you were supposed to either be more present or more mindful or whatever the case was in that moment. Like each and every time I look back and I was like, you know what? I felt something. And I didn't listen to it. I was like, oh, I'll be right back. It's going to be super fast. Or I was like rushing or like not.
You were not accepting it.
Exactly. And yeah, so I want to kind of get into that. I know you've had some experience with that recently, and anything that you want to kind of share and get into your view.
Sure. First, I'd like to say thank you for inviting me.
Of course.
That's a wonderful podcast. I always loved it. And as you started, it called it meant to be. Things happen for a reason. If that thing never happened to me, I will explain what thing. It's basically my business account got hacked. And as I say, okay, things until universe trying to tell you, okay, this is not good for you, but we're not accepting it. So until it happened to me, I will never understand other people's pain, suffering, and how can I help them? Because since I got help for the friends, family, and support from everyone, but to accept that pain, it was hard. It was difficult. As all of you know, or some of almost you know, my small I have a small business in Staten Island for 18 years, and I have very loyal and beautiful clients, and they all follow me. I have good followers on my Instagram. So now the time is changing. The reality is changing. We all up to social media and all internet. Everything is going into internet shopping, food shopping, everything we on our phone, we're using in the phone, and without knowing it, even as much we're using a phone and going up in our reality time and day is spending not at all time. Time is shifting. Now everything is on social media, telephone, online banking system. Everything is going up. The second thing is happening in other side of world is other reality is the hackers are coming in. This is us versus hacker. So right now nobody's paying attention to that, but it's been so many incidents happen in the past couple of months. A bunch of my clients got hacked, and it was a bad situation. I was looking for all over for help, but there's no help around. I am not blaming anybody not to help me, but whatever they did from their side, it was not helpful enough. Now my brain is where to go, and now I'm getting messages from people, oh, we can help you, we are cybercrime. So this is another hacker who wants to hack you down from other side. So you trapped, who to trust? There is no trust. You cannot trust if you're already in a deep position where you already block yourself for everything.
It's like kicking you while you're down. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, like here's a hand, and it's like it's like an illusion.
Delusions. Get like, oh, let me help you, but you don't know who the third person is because I don't know.
And what their intention
So,
is.
lot of support from the clients, lot of support from family, friends, and everyone. Thank God that my situation got solved. Some angels we have around. I would like to say thank you once again, and there are people out there to help you. But who you can trust, that's the main point is. People like me who had a small business, it's not only we are, we put up a long time with that, with our effort, the work, the timing is not for one day, it's been 18 years of work. And you jeopardize on this, cyber crimes. Who's going to help us for the cyber crime? Who's going to NYPD? They're tight. Who we go to next person? Do we hire a cyber crime person or we hire the hacker? We don't know. So on the safe side, I will suggest everyone to passwords. Yes, just recently I used to have one password for everything. Now don't have the mistake because I didn't that mistake. And we all old fashioned. We have to write down somewhere. Don't write down on your phone. Please just don't write down your password on your phone. Keep it on the paper or put it in a diary somewhere where you can reach out to it next time. And so you never forget, because I forget very easily. So back to Ash.
Yeah, it's wild how common it is and how many people have been getting affected by it. And like you were saying, it seems as if it could seem very hopeless, because it's like there's all different ways and routes that this is appearing. It used to start off, I feel like the scams were starting with like physical mail. You'd get like mail, like junk physical mail back when people were like receiving more mail before like email was as big, and then email started happening, and then now we have Instagram. And as small businesses are out here, doing their best, especially at this time, to stay afloat, and like we were talking about before, it's like the holidays and everything, so it's unfortunate. Just as there is so much good in the world, there is also the opposition. And the people that definitely prey on the people that have the good heart and see everything first. And I think that rather than, having it turn us kind of cold, and hurt, because it hurts to think that people can do that.
It's like your hard work money is going with somebody for free, and you just surprised and watching them, and there's no help. You like to accept that reality. It actually is very painful. It was tough for me, and I totally understand now other people when they go through hacking and all the companies. It is painful. You take somebody else, free money just because you want to make money. It's not right.
Yeah.
But this the thing is, the world is not about right and wrong. It's about how you want to make money. Some people pick a right way, some people pick a wrong way. So
Absolutely. And I think that the most important thing out of anything, out of everything in life, there's always a silver lining that we can find if we allow ourselves to accept the reality of everyone's just doing their best, even if it's at the polarity in which you're not working at. And in that, I feel like when we experience these things, such as parking tickets or getting scammed or, anything that we might have to pay dues to, it's like we can really reevaluate, if we choose to, that relationship we have with ourselves. So, like, going back to the moment of when did we decide to not trust our instinct of what happened? Exactly. Like when you have that feeling, that flare up of, oh, okay, something seems off. Maybe this is too good to be true. Or maybe I shouldn't run in. Maybe I should just put change in the meter. It's not that big a deal. Or find a better parking, whatever it is. Like, but then we're like, no, it's okay. I'll just.
because laziness hit us, we're like, okay, yeah, nothing happened to us, is not gonna happen. But does not mean if it's nothing happened to you, it's not gonna happen. Things are shifting very fast. Things are shifting way faster than we're thinking. Even if it's during the COVID, so many things change. And I will say we have to keep moving on, like, more faster and faster. I don't know how much faster we can do. Waking up 6 a.m. in the morning, I can barely survive then.
Yeah, it's all about balance, and and breaking the topic into like the other end of it, of like, there's the how you learn how to trust yourself in these dire need kind of hopeless situations, and then there's also the retrospect, like who do you know how to trust, or how do you trust yourself when making things and decisions such as I decided to open up my own business and doing things like that. So I want to ask you, as a successful business owner, when did you decide, now is the time for me to trust myself and build my own business? When did that kind of click in for you?
That journey started on 2005. It was a very hard decision. It was a hard time because when everything is going smoothly and right, you don't want to take it, hit. You need to burn all your ships to see, okay, how much thrill you have and what you can do. So 2005, I decided to open up my own, but I did open individually, but I started renting up. I had customers and everything. I have a faith system and belief system. I believe and have a faith. So that actually makes me more successful, because when you strongly believe on yourself and have faith on the God, you move on to it, and that's it. There is no right or wrong. You just have to do it, because that first step is very extremely hard. A lot of people, for us, because we always doubt ourselves. It's not us only. Surrounding us makes you look like, oh my God. For example, if I open up today, anything like that, oh my God, do I'm going to have a customer? Do I'm going to have, because there's a lot of competition. No, you have to be good when you're doing it. You have to be perfect when you're selling it. You have to have faith on something. You have to have belief on yourself. No, it does not matter what happened. I am going to do it. And nothing's going to put me down. That decision is yours. In that decision, if you're making up in decision, when you keep moving up forward, and if you have a loss, you always learn. Like for that incident, if never happened, I will never know, okay, what is why is my account or my my identity is very important to me, because I will never learn before that. Yeah. I learned it hard way. And always whenever you have a hardship, you come out more better.
Yeah.
Come out more powerful, more positive, and more humble, because those things puts you down to the ground where you accept, okay, who you are and who you belong to, who's your creator is. Once you comes up with, you have a relationship with your creator and your soul, you accept things. And it especially is just give you the boost. Then you are in the war alone, you're gonna win the war. That's it. You will become a soldier.
Yeah.
You become so many things for yourself. Then you don't need no support. Yes, you become more smarter. Obviously, you're not gonna reply the same mistake you did, because you already learned. So you're gonna go better on that one. So that's how I will say, for newcomers, when you're starting your businesses, I will say, just sit down, take a break, think about it and move on. Do not think about that, okay, oh my God, if I'm going to have benefit or I'm going to make money or I'm going to lose the money. No, that's your chance. You have to be there to see your success. Sorry.
No, no, you're fine. Thank you. Thank you so much. You know, it's even for me personally, it's a great topic to hear because I kind of struggle back and forth with like pulling the trigger on the business things. It's like I have a bunch of them, but it's about learning how to like ground it and who you meet and how to get the I guess more of the logistical stuff together that I personally have more of a hesitancy on. You know, because then it makes it in fine writing, you know, then it's like, all right, from this point on, you are yourself, you're your entity, and then you have your social security for your business too, which is its own entity, and that's your baby. And now it's like, this is your responsibility, and, you know, it's a big commitment to have, and it's a beautiful thing, though, and it's such a beautiful journey for everybody that decides, you know, I want to be my own boss and I deem myself worthy of a talent or a skill that I want to share with the world, that I don't have to be under someone else for the rest of my life. You know, there's that, like you were saying before, you know, we tend to doubt ourselves.
Yes.
And it's like, it's so much easier to doubt yourself than to be confident in a lot of respects. And then for some people, it's more easy to be seemingly confident, but you know, not really in the core. So it's like there's different ways that we all kind of groom ourselves or are groomed by the people, places, and things around us, and we all kind of carry it differently. But no matter where you're at, I feel like it's so important to, you know, we all have ups and downs and ebbs and flows, and when the downs hit and these different things can happen, events can happen. Like you were saying, you go down to the ground and you meet your creator and you think like, what do I believe in? And what am I grateful for? You know, like what?
Rebirth.
Yeah, no, for sure. For sure. And we're at the time of the year, like we're in fall going into winter, which is all about, you know, the leaves are letting the trees are letting the leaves go. Everyone's letting things go. Like it's like that rebirth time of year where we're getting ready for kind of the new moon-esque energy of the winter, which is that stillness, that contemplation, that planting the seeds, you know, of what we want to bring once the flowers start to come out. And, you know, once everything starts to get warmer again, it's that time that we kind of have to warm ourselves.
Yes.
So before we get to, you know, warm ourselves, before we get to comfort ourselves, we have to go through that period of discomfort. And it's like, as I'm talking to you, I'm looking at this painting, and this is like a perfect painting symbolizing rebirth, you know, which we could like post and like put up somewhere, you know, and tag the artist, but it's perfect symbolism of that. It's a woman on fire, you know, and it looks like almost like a phoenix is coming out of her chest. And it's so important to do that. I think that you know, as a society, we romanticize comfort zones.
Yes.
You know, like
because nobody wants to get out from the comfort zone. For example, if I'm gonna be doing one thing for like 20 years, if you take my chair, you know, I'm sitting in this chair for 20 years, you're gonna take my chair back. I'm gonna forget how to walk.
Yeah.
So as a human nature, we sometimes hate to take risk. We don't want to take a risk because we worry about, oh my God, who's gonna pay the bill? Oh my God, but we don't think about it. Whoever created us has a plan for us. He's the one who's providing us. We are just doing our job. So the thing is, we get played by society and everything. So we feel like we can't know. But human beings are very creative, very intelligent, and very, very superpower. We can say that too. We have that because if we mentally control ourselves, we can be doing 10 million things.
Absolutely.
So, you know, we have to trust ourselves to do that.
Once we believe in ourselves and trust ourselves, trusting yourself and believing yourself go hand in hand. It's like you have to trust yourself in order to believe in yourself. You have to trust yourself, like, oh, okay, you can do it, in order to believe that, like, it can definitely come to fruition. It's like the same, almost very similar, two different things. So where that lies, is in the base of ourself. Like, a lot of times there's so many of us that struggle with that, like, do I trust myself? Or why don't I trust myself? Or I don't trust other people. You hear so many people say, I don't trust anybody. I don't trust anybody. But when we say that as an affirmation, if you think about the fact that every human is connected in one way or another. And if we're saying, I don't trust anybody, that's also in a way saying that you don't trust yourself.
Yeah.
So
you have to have a trust level with someone, because as a human being, as I'm just gonna say again, okay, like we like to connect. We cannot be alone. We're
social
We are
beings.
social, yeah. Like during the pandemic, what happened? We all miss out with our family, friends, and everything. Yes, other way we get more combined with the phone system, but this is not something, not a group chat meetings. It's not a human life. It's a different for us during the pandemic. So what happened is, now, as you said it, like, if you don't trust, you have to trust. Yes, you're gonna get betrayed. I'm not saying you're not gonna get betrayed. That's the lesson. That's your lesson.
And you can't avoid your lessons, or else
Exactly.
you're avoiding your
cannot-
blessings.
Blessings, yeah. You have to have a trust and faith whatever you're doing it, and do it with good intent. Do not have intent if you're not gonna trust somebody. Oh my God, I'm not gonna trust someone, but just I'm gonna say hello to. No, don't do that. Just be yourself, who you are. Try your best. People will come up to you to giving you help, asking for help, or however they're gonna interact with you.
You made such a valid point when you said, we look at our phones and, like, people were connecting to the phones. But, like, when you said that, it reminded me, like, it's not even like we're connecting to our phones because we want to be on our phones. Something I think that's we're missing others.
We're missing our friends.
So it's like the phone is just the middleman. So I think it's so important to remember to remove the phone and to actually be present in the experience of presence with other people, because that's what you're looking for. It's just now our brain is programmed to have these dopamine releases every time we get a like, or we associate the phone with something different, but it's still human connection, which we're looking for. And it comes to a point where the phone almost hinders us from receiving that true human connection with others, and it's something to think about. It's definitely something to think about and to find balance in.
Balancing, yes, because now we are interacting, with more of the people. Thank God things are getting back to normal, and we see a lot of parties coming up. Finally we both here too. And you will see the change. You will see in a human changing in our own self. When you meet somebody, you are more happy, so because you've been missing out that one. Is more appreciation of the life and human being, the missing out the friends and everybody. But once I say that, the time is different. Time is gonna be more difficult. It's not gonna be easy for our kids. Like, so I have 3, so not you. So
I have 2 cats.
so you're gonna be, you're gonna be dealing with more other new stuff coming up. I remind myself every day, I have to keep changing, keep learning. All of this stuff, you never get old. Keep learning. That's the only thing I'm gonna say, especially to all other whoever watching, small business people and everything. There's no competition. First of all, there's no competition. Yes, don't look somebody at social media and see their success and think, why I am not getting it. No, you're getting it part of your. They're doing their journey is different. My journey is different. Her journey is different. But we all here to support each other. As a human being, we like to support. This is a support system. So if you see somebody social media, they're getting more likes or comments, and there's somebody, this is their journey. Somebody, they got lucky, they're here to here. Some people has to work hard from their businesses. Some people, they still don't get it. But do not forget, that's your journey. You will be successful. Does not matter if you make this or this. You be happy. You at least go home and sleep peacefully. You happy from inside. You're not aggravated. But if you're gonna keep looking at other people's success as a small business, I will say don't do that because this is not you. You have to be appreciated what you have done and what you can do, because this time with the all social media platforms is always a competition. People are coming out with the word, and some people who did nothing and they're still more successful like we are, and there's no jealousy in this one.
Mm-hmm.
So don't be jealous and don't be angry because it's gonna kill you. It's not gonna impact
It's a
them.
poison from the
It's a poison
inside.
for you because you are harming yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Keep thinking why the other person it is like that. Their reality is very different than we are. Like people see me even social media. I'm a very simple person. Let me tell you this. I am a very simple person, and bunch of you, everybody knows me. Whatever I do, that's my work. That's something I like to appreciate who I am. That my work makes me who I am today. So be creative, do best, and keep entertaining each other. That's it. That's what I'm gonna tell you.
Absolutely. And I think that it's so important to remember how if we are doing the work to trust and believe ourselves, we don't have to worry about who to not trust and who, like that fear of who am I trusting, who am I not trusting, like who should I trust. It's like, the topic of this, the title of this podcast is who do you trust, and who should you trust is yourself, because the more you trust yourself, you don't have to worry about if you should trust someone else, because you just have to ask yourself, should I trust this person? Does this feel right for me? Because the more you develop a relationship with yourself and strengthening that bond of trust with yourself, the more discernment you develop. And when you develop that discernment, you don't have to look exterior for anyone. And that's really where that belief comes in and that confidence comes in, because when we're operating from a space of fear or inadequacy, or distrust, right, whether it's in ourselves or in the universe or creator or other people, we're looking at it from the glass is half full, and it's lack of gratitude for the fact that you even have water to drink. And in that space, things could become scarce because now you're in survival. So you're not living or thriving, you're in that survival mode. So when you're in survival mode, you hyperfixate on trying to stay alive. And when you hyperfixate on trying to stay alive, you can miss things all the time. If I'm just staring at this cup, someone could walk in the room, someone could be going like this behind my head, doing all these things around me, and I won't realize, because I'm like, I need to do this, because in my survival is like, if I don't stare at this cup, I'm gonna die. So that's why people do what they do, and when they're operating from that space. So it's like, some way, somehow, your body has created, or your mind has created, a way to survive in these quote unquote kind of not so good techniques, whether it's jealousy, anger, resentment, comparison, is a huge one, where it's like it gives us a reason to stay in the fear and to not move forward. Because if you're going to compare yourself to these people who have hundreds of thousands of followers, and you're just starting off a new page, that has like 3 followers because you made it an hour ago, you're setting yourself up to be in a mindset that's scarce, and that could be more detrimental to you than good. If you start looking at it like, I have the opportunity and the ability to even create an Instagram and promote what I want to share with the world, you're coming at it in a more abundant mindset.
You have to open up, because when you say, as a wee topic is who you can trust, first thing is trust yourself. And acceptance. That is the main
Acceptance
thing.
is huge.
You have to
And
accept
like
it.
enormous, yeah.
Because if you're not gonna accept it and not gonna believe, nobody's gonna believe in you. If you have to accept the fact is you created that account, accept it, this is your work, accept it. Yes, nothing comes easy. It's a really, really hard work. You have to do the hard work, posting this, but in the same time, do not underestimate one thing. You cannot be on the phone 24/7. Okay, it's gonna kill you. It's gonna kill your brain, because you need a break. You need to set a timeline. You have to trust the process to accept it. You cannot think, oh my God, I'm gonna drink this tea and I'm gonna lose 20 pounds just now. No, it's not gonna happen to me because it's acceptance. I have to accept it. Okay, I made an account. It's give me some time. The reality is gonna pick up. People gonna got to know you. Everything has a timeline. When it's your time, trust me, across the globe, people will know you. Across any entire universe will help you to support you from that part where you will well known. So does not matter if you have 5 followers, 3 followers, 1 follower, 2 likes, 1 comment, nothing. But yes, as a human being, we like to get that because it makes us happy. Okay, oh my God, look at this, how many followers I have. Look at this. But it's not about followers. It's about you. What you want to do. What you think. What makes you happy. That 1 likes makes you happy. Yes. Reality? Yeah, it makes me happy when you guys put me likes on me or comments. It makes me so happy. You know why? Because I put the effort making that post. I put the effort, the work behind the post. You know, so do not discount that one if you never get like. Yes, please support all your small businesses, all your friends, even with the 1 follower or 2 follower, does not matter, all the new pages, because all this work behind that has a hard work. People time away from the home, in the home, taking away from their kids and family, making you post, making you happy, creating like today podcast by her. It took us a long time to generate us, but and our gentleman behind the
Kenny, shout out to Kenny.
Help of him. So I would like to say, support each other. We have to support each other for that way. Sorry.
It's okay.
And once you do that, it makes me successful. Because your happiness, your comments, and your likes makes other people successful. Trust me on that one. Does not matter who you are, where you are. It's just something. It makes someone happy. And just hitting 1 like or comment, it takes not even a second. Support them. Support everyone you can, because this time is changing. We are stuck in the social media, and we're going to be. But do not disregard whoever does work, whoever posting right there. There are people behind working hard to show you. So always appreciate their work. Always appreciate how they're posting out there. Always appreciate that 1 comments. Even if you're following, not following, just do your best to make others successful, and your success is on the way too, because it's on my success. I always say it's not my success only. I will say it's success for all my followers, my clients, my family members, whoever and wherever you are, is your success too.
It's a combination. One wouldn't exist without the other.
I am not successful by myself. I'm successful with all of this combination.
Absolutely. And like you're saying, it's just such key points. It's like acceptance, and compassion, and it's interesting because the last full moon ceremony, I do full moon ceremonies each month, and in the full moon ceremonies, we always are, full moon's all about letting go and releasing, and new moon's all about calling in.
Yes.
But the last moon ceremony, it was so interesting because it was like an eclipse and it was intense and all these different things. And everyone's like, all right, when I sat down, I was like, okay, how much have we all been thinking about what we're going to let go of? And pretty much everyone in the room was like, yeah, it's me. I thought about what I want to let go of. Okay, I'm like, okay. So rather than fixating on that, what about if we accept the fact that we're going to let go of it? And we changed, we just pivoted a little bit. We went from, what are we letting go of instead of, it was like, what am I accepting? And what you said before, like, there's, especially with the weight loss and things like that, there's like, oh, okay, here, have this tea. You'll lose weight in 5 seconds. You'll drop 10 pounds in 3 days. And it's like, even if that were to happen, maybe that's not healthy, It's like, whatever the case is, anything that's, there's a saying, anything that is easy usually isn't good. And anything that is good doesn't come easy. And with that, with that being said, if you just accept, okay, I accept that I would like to release some of this physical weight that I have, then you can kind of use the steps to move forward in taking tangible things rather than being in denial of it within yourself and then looking for something external to come in and then fix you when you don't need to be fixed. You just need to accept who you are, and then if you want to make any adjustments or adaptations to your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual, it's up to you to co-conspire with whatever you need to do within yourself in order to make that happen and invoke that motivation to make it so. Because anything that is going to come up and be like, hey, here, this is going to do this, or here, this is going to do that, like, usually it's too good to be true, and it's not long lasting, So even if you do lose 10 pounds, like, what's the actual thing that you need to accept within yourself that's going to help you to sustain long term?
There is a problem when you accept things. You recognize that this thing is impacting you physically, mentally, all over world. So once you accept you're gonna accept all those negatives, what you have. But that time you're not gonna feel that's negative. You're gonna feel, oh my God, fine, I accept it. I have to lose weight. If it's not lose weight, I'm gonna have a diabetes, heart, this conditions. Yes, there is people with the conditions. I understand that, but I'm just saying accept it and move on with the positive. I see a lot of cases, a lot of people with different conditions, and they motivated, and I'm so happy. I'm like, oh my God, they're better than me because they accepted. They accept who they are and and once you accept that, and your creativity comes up more because now you see yourself.
You free yourself from the binds of what you expect what you're expected to be.
Prove other people. You need approval from other people.
You're dropping gems right now. It's just like major keys, So
it's like that's the reality. I need approval for someone. Oh my God, do I look beautiful? Okay, yes, you are beautiful. You know what I mean? We need approval from people. This is how society taught us.
Has ingrained it into our minds.
So
little babies.
Make sure you dress up properly. Yes, those two. Do I look pretty? Because we need approval. We're human beings. We're gonna look for approvals. So just accept who you are, and you're gonna move on to it. That's it.
And help give yourself it too. Look in the mirror and said, like, I feel like even so with social media, like, you don't have to feel guilty if you enjoy getting a like or a comment if you're working on validating yourself. Because I find that a lot of people on their journey of like, okay, I've recognized that I'm addicted to social media or this or that because it's validating me. I feel like a lot of people and influencers that are on their path of like healing and self-awareness come to that realization at a point like, I am enjoying this because I'm getting something from it and that I was lacking somewhere else. So once you realize that, and this applies to everything, once you realize that you were enjoying something because you were lacking it in another place, if you once again, going back to that acceptance, having the compassion for yourself, and then moving forward and being like, okay, it's okay if I feel good when I get this comment or this like, but I'm going to also add rather than subtract something. I'm going to add looking in the mirror and being like, I think you look beautiful. When you take off your makeup, when you're about to go to sleep, when you wake up and your face is still puffy, being like, I love you. I love this little puff. You got good sleep.
I'll share you something funny. During the pandemic, that was the first time I had a panic attack. Severe panic attack, because I never thought 18 years I'm going to be shut down or I'll be without work, because you become work alcoholic. You're just constantly working. So I was panicking. I'm like, oh my God, what's going to happen?
And you're a Capricorn, so like that's like taking work away from a Capricorn.
Like, oh my God, what I'm going to do? So my husband, as you know, so he's like, you need to calm down, relax. You need to relax, okay? Then he figured out, he's like, what about you start doing videos and making video for your clients? Because I feel some reason I feel responsible for my clients if they're lonely or anything. This is me. I love everyone. So I started doing that. During the pandemic, one thing I noticed, my hair turning gray, okay? Because the amount of stress I took, it was not funny. It was bad. It was bad, and my health was getting bad because I don't know what to do. I was panicking because after 18 years, I'm like, oh my God, that happened to me. This happened to me. I was not accepting it. It literally took me 2 weeks to accept it. And then I had a breakdown. I had a severe breakdown.
A breakthrough.
Or breakthrough or breakdown. And then I was like, you know what? How stupid I am. I say to myself, I'm a believer. I say to myself, I believe in the Creator. And I was a dumb one who was stuck with all those things.
Well, sometimes
Sometimes
that happens.
We become in know, or delusions comes around us. And then same thing I did. Who can I trust? I trust myself. I trust my Creator. I trust to accept what's gonna happen. And there we go again. And we start making the stupid videos and supporting my clients. Everybody was so happy. And I don't know why I feel that way, because for me to see other person happy, it makes me so happy.
Oh, it was so good. I loved seeing your videos. Once I see your videos, I was like, it made me very happy seeing you. I was like, I can't go get my eyebrows if I could see you on this screen and you're doing all these things. And, you know, I'm also an esthetician. So I love anytime anybody's over here spreading, you know, knowledgeable like skincare tips and things like that people can really take home, especially because a lot of people on the internet not has went to school for these things. So sometimes there can be things that might work for their particular skin type, but not something universal. So there could be different things. So when I see somebody who's been in this industry for years and studying it and passing around such good tips, I was like, oh, I'm so happy to see it. It's so cute. And you're just so like happy to do it. And it showed, you know, it was a good feeling all around.
Sometimes, you know, when this thing happened in my social media and people got shamed, they don't want to tell anybody. So I asked myself, okay, what do I do? Right away, it took me one split second. I'm like, no, I have to save my clients. I don't want anybody to get hacked.
Yeah.
I put it on my Google account. I put all over and try to text message to clients. I did whatever I can do in my end. And thank God to all my clients, my followers, and all my support. I will say it again and again. Because of you guys, I'm back again. So I don't want them to get harmed. So for us, sometimes we feel shame to share things, what is not right. But if you're not going to share it, you're going to let other people get hurt too. So sometimes accept it, and it's not a shame either. Just come and say, hey, this happened.
I'm a human being, and this happened to me too.
And you know what literally put me out from the spot, because there's a lot of groups on the Facebook and Instagram here and there. I don't want to mention anybody by Sam. When you try to post, hey, my conga, they don't want to even accept and approve the post. And I'm like, what? And then again,
it's status and appearance.
Yes, because they feel, you know, this is something, you know, makes their profile or something looks bad. But there are people who did it. There are people who always support me. They help me out to open my new account. They help me out with everything, messaging each other, and all the good stuff.
Yeah. And it's once we get past that little bit of shame, you know, it's always something better on the other side. Yeah, I just also had a recent experience with that where I was like, I felt ashamed for something that was coming up for me, and I had to address it with a person. And before I had the conversation with the person, I was like, I don't even know if I want to talk to them about this and like all these different things, because like I don't talk to this person often, and I work with her on like a very maybe like quarterly kind of work basis. And I was like, I don't even know if it doesn't even matter. And like my shame was trying to create other things like doesn't even matter. I don't even have to do this. But then I ended up and it made me get so much anxiety that up until I had the conversation, once I had the conversation, I was on the phone with her for like an hour and a half. As soon as the conversation happened, boop, I had it. The fear dissipated. And I'm like, wow, that was all illusions. Like I got myself so worked up for nothing. And she completely accepted me as I was. And I accepted myself as I was simultaneously, because I was already in the process of accepting myself. It was just the fear of someone else not accepting
because
me.
We feel shamed. Oh my God, what they're going to think about us, our impression, who we are, you know. We create impressions on other people, but do not judge people. That I will say, do not judge. Just move on to it, because if you're judging on behalf of other people, it's not healthy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then
And
ending up being alone as we go back again
Yeah.
to the circle, we're gonna be alone. Then
Yeah.
we cannot trust.
Yep. And when you're operating, once again, you're back at the other end of the circle where you're in the survival mode, and then you can't actually experience things with joy and love fully flowing through your heart and your body, because there's a blockage there. And the blockage is that fear of, well, if I love, then I could get hurt. And then, or if I trust, then I can get hurt. Or the thing is, when I feel like when people say like you can't trust anybody, usually it's that they've experienced hurt and they don't actually trust themselves, and they don't realize that it's actually themselves that they don't trust. And so they're just walking around with that heaviness of like, I don't trust anyone, can't trust anybody. Like for
Like you have to have guidelines. You have to have a guards around you. I'm not
Yeah.
saying you have to be in a prison by yourself. No, you have to have some guards around yourself. Like, there's a rules you always follow.
yeah,
There's always rules. You cannot leave the gate open.
yeah,
you know
boundaries and definitely
Boundaries
parameters.
are important for
Yeah,
every relationship. Even that's how you start getting trust with people.
absolutely. And also, it just always goes back to yourself. It goes back to yourself, goes back to acceptance, trust within yourself. That's all you need is trust within yourself and your creator, and you will innately trust others and know who to trust and who to not trust. You'll know. Even if there's no logic tied to it, you feel something in your body and you can move accordingly. And that all comes with you trusting yourself. So, yeah. Thank you so much.
No, thank you for inviting me.
Of course, of course. I wanted to I wanted to also I also wanted to before we go, well, thank you so much for my gift. I wanted to open it up and see what was in here. Oh wow. Oh, the packaging is so cute. Look at this. Look at this iridescent. I love anything iridescent. Is like, look, this whole thing is so cute.
Christmas
Look at it.
bags for everyone.
Oh. Thank you so much. Look at the detail on the sticker, everybody. Because I literally have you on my phone as Amna Brow Queen, like Brow Queen. Like if you guys want to just look at my eyebrows real quick, check them out. I feel like my bang is in the way. Hold on. Wait, which camera am I looking at? This one? All right.
Oh, I forgot
see,
the camera's on.
These eyebrows, she did that, okay? She did that. This is her work right here, okay? Now, let's see what we got in this goodie bag. And I just want to say something. I don't let anybody touch me, like really, and especially on my head or like just touching my head in general. I have to like, not only, I believe that when you get anything done by anybody, like they should also, like, I'm not going to go to someone who doesn't have good eyebrows to do my eyebrows. You have great eyebrows. You know what I mean? I'm not going to go to somebody who doesn't practice what they preach and have something done. And also,
because you have to see to accept it. For example, if you go into some place and if they don't have the right, the jobs, and you don't trust them, so that just makes you uncomfortable.
yeah,
You know.
absolutely. And like, you have to feel comfort and like you have to trust them. And I'm grateful that I got to meet you and I trust you, and I've had a great experience. Yeah, it's been quite a while now, and I'm so happy and grateful that I have somebody that I could go to. Oh, this is so nice.
So this is our eyebrow pencils.
Okay.
There are 3 different colors: brown, dark brown, and black.
Awesome.
And they're vegan, and they're gentle. And right now we have them on for special Christmas customized boxes or bags. Best for the teachers. Yes, if you wanna give best teacher gift, you can customize. Just DM me. I will customize for you guys. And affordable.
These are great. These are awesome. And then this is
the facial. This is the rose gold facial oil with hemp seed and vitamin E.
okay.
It's the best for your skin. All the reviews is my Instagram. You can take a look, guys. It is on my Instagram. Is threading_by_Amna. Is available there. And then I have brows and lash regenerators to help
You spoiled me today. You spoiled me.
And eyebrows to grow if you have incident of bad eyebrows. So get yourself this. And then I have eyebrow gel for Ash, especially.
Oh,
She's a good.
thank you.
As a clear gel. It's a vegan.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh,
it's
look at how
And this is just a
cute.
spoolie, tiny.
This
spoolie.
is so pretty. Look at it. Look at it. Look at the little details. I'm always here for the little details. Oh, thank you so much.
You're
This
welcome.
is
Don't
so
forget the
nice.
flower.
And the rose too. I was truly spoiled today. Thank you so much. I
You're
really
welcome.
appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming on and
Thank you for,
for
inviting
sharing.
me,
Of
and thank
course.
you everyone who was watching us live on Facebook, Instagram, all over the place. Much appreciated time. Much appreciated you. Whatever you comments with us, because I was unable to read the comments.
Oh yeah.
So
We'll
do
get
not-
into it after.
Do not think that we forget about you. We will review your and we will answer you guys in a few minutes. Back to Ash.
Thank you, and thank you all for tuning in and always having compassion with the comments. You know, it's sometimes it's kind of difficult to do both and navigate a conversation and then also introduce the other messages and comments. But yeah, thank you so much, and I feel like we covered on so many different things, and may this podcast reach everybody who needs to hear it or any reassurance on any of the topics, because I know so many people do need to have some reassurance on some of these things, knowing that you're not alone and that we're all human and we're just doing our best. As people.
We all working. Social media life, we are still working.
Absolutely. So thank you all for tuning in, and stay tuned next week. Same time, same place, and have a beautiful day. Bye.
Thank you, guys.